All right, everyone, welcome to another weekly oracle card for the zodiac. We are going to pull one card this week from the Sacred Rebels oracle deck. We will pull one card for each of the signs and get a message for each of the signs. And if you just want to watch your sun, moon, and rising sign, they will be released individually within 48 hours. But if you want to get a fully embodied reading with this weekly oracle for the zodiac, you do embody the full zodiac. So get a message from each of them and see where it leads you for your week. All right, beloveds. So that's it. Well, it's a general reading, so it will apply to you generally, and generally it will apply to you. And yeah, the way to get personal readings is to check me out at celestialgrove.academy. But without further ado, let's get started. And the time of the release of this video, even though these are timeless, anytime this comes to you, there's a message in this video for you. But at the time of the release, it will be in Sagittarius season. So we're going to start with Sagittarius. So let's get started. All right, beloved Sag, you have 16. What you want, wants you. So open your heart to the possibilities of moving forward on your dreams. In reality, you have to stay focused and you have to move forward. So allow yourself to stay focused and keep putting one foot in front of the other and taking divine focused action is like what I'm hearing. It's like a focused action is needed. And move forward knowing and believing in the possibility of you walking into that dream, because it's time for you to begin walking into it. And you know the process, but you have to stay focused where you are now, Sag. Keep your heart open and keep the faith. Keep believing in yourself and keep moving forward and stay focused. You got to stay focused on the goal. Stay focused on the dream and know that the dream wants you as much as you want it. And take some time for meditation. Take some time for sitting in the silence. Take some time for sitting with the divine your higher self, your higher God self. Take time to sit in the power of the divine this week, maybe even daily for a week, Sag. But keep moving forward and keep believing in yourself and keep that heart open. And whenever there are things that come along that want to close your heart, close off that thing and find a way to move back into focus of moving forward on your dreams and move that way. And just keep that focus right there. And use your boundaries to cut off that which would keep you from your focus and keep you from moving forward. You got this, Sag. You also need to pep talk yourself as you move forward and let yourself know that you're pretty awesome and you're making your dreams come true. And it's an amazing process. Take time to breathe and feel your way through it at times too. Feel the glory of it. And that's what I want you to meditate in. The divine feeling of living your dream life and move forward, walking in those steps. All right, as always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, Capricorn, I'm already seeing a theme come through for us. You got 37, focus on the light. And so what I'm hearing is focus and look at what is positive. Focus on what is working and what is good. Focus on the good that is coming back to you. Capricorns, I feel like we're going through a process, and it's like, Capricorn, you're ruled by karma. So I know that you know karma intimately, but I feel like, karma's home, like the parents are home, and it's a different kind of feeling. Capricorn, but it's like things are coming back to you. And I mean, I know that you understand karma and everything, but there are a lot of good things coming back to you, and that's what you're being asked to focus on, is the good, and reflect on it too. Reflect as good things are coming back to you. Reflect on the fact that you are in your karmic season. You're in a karmic season. Things are coming back to you, and this good thing came back to me. And what does that mean? And what does it mean for the future? And what can I do with this good thing to multiply it or amplify it or to add to it or to keep from subtracting it? And how can I allow this good that is coming to me now create a future where more of it comes? And look at how worthy I am of the good, for the good that is coming to me now. Now, this is not saying that there's not bad coming to you. Also, it is. I'm asking you to focus on the good and to get curious about the good that's coming to you. And that might be very small compared to the bad. So, because you're being asked to focus on it, So it's your job to let the light amplify in the midst of all the darkness. And you can do this because you're built for it, Capricorn. And you're meant to do this. And nobody could do it as beautifully and elegantly as you, Capricorn. And like I said, beautifully, because you look good doing it. So move forward, believing in yourself, believing in the light, and focusing on the good and getting curious about the good. All right, beloved Capricorn, that's the message I have for you this week. I hope it helps. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. Aquarius, you got 20. Softly, softly, the tender touch. So this card is about needing to speak bad news or hearing bad news. And sometimes it's about both. As you hear the bad news, you know that you have to speak that bad news to another. So in these situations, it's best to be soft and tender and gentle with the situation and the people in the situation. And yourself, Aquarius. Be soft and gentle and tender with you. Don't let yourself bring you down or attack you during a time that requires softness and gentleness. You know that it requires that for everyone else. And I know that you're very unique. And I know, Aquarius, that you are very, you're your own. But that doesn't mean that you don't deserve the same softness and gentleness that the moment in the situation requires. And I feel like for a lot of you Aquariuses, this week is just a week that you need to be soft and gentle with yourself the most. Just be nice to you, Aquarius, because you've made some bad mistakes, but that doesn't mean that you can't reinvent. And you are amazing with your reinvention mind and your abilities, your innovative abilities. You're amazing at that. So you need to look at the past in a different light so that you can inspire yourself to find that innovative, reinventive spark. And that'll be what helps you move through. But be soft and be gentle and be kind with yourself this week, Aquarius. Because you need gentleness and kindness and compassion to be able to make it through the situations that are required of you this week. Speak with kindness, speak with compassion, and be there for yourself whenever you can be. All right, Aquarius, that's the message I have for you this week. Be kind and gentle with yourself and with others, and speak in compassion. All right, as always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, beloved Pisces, you got 33, heaven sent. Believe that you are heaven sent. Believe that you are sent from heaven. That's the first thing that I hear. And next, I feel like you will gain divine downloads through the week. So I feel like you need to get in the sunlight as much as possible throughout the week to gain your divine codes, and sit in the stillness of the divine, which is coming through this week. That's been a common theme. Sit in the stillness, and you will receive divine guidance and divine visions. And it's time for you to believe in your place. It's time for you to believe that you can receive. And it's time for you to allow yourself to receive through that belief. Just as we receive gifts in the physical world through the thoughtfulness of others to acknowledge how much we mean to them, so too we can receive gifts on other levels, including the spiritual level. Spiritual gift is something that happens through grace. We can ask for help, and it may be given in response to that request. All requests for help are answered. A spiritual gift can also be given without us asking for anything at all, Pisces. At least not consciously. Sometimes it's our hearts that cry out for help. While we're busy going on with our to-do list, we don't often stop to think about what our hearts might need. If we do, and an immediate solution is not obvious, we just get on with life, either letting the issue be or taking the more painful option of dwelling on it without seeing how it may be resolved. However, there is a loving benevolence in life that knows exactly what we need and how it can be best come to us. Even when we're not so clear, this force actively seeks to assist you, Pisces, in walking your life path this week. That loving sweetness is being offered to you now, or it soon will be, in a form of a spiritual download. All right, beloved Pisces, that's the message I have for you this week. As always, take the parts that resonate, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, Aries. So, Aries, it's the same thing. I feel like Aries, this isn't a week to take action, and it's a week to... I feel like Aries, you're going to be forced to sit a lot. And in this, listen in the silence. Like there's a message there for that. But also Aries, okay, what I'm getting is in your conversations with others also, listen to what they're not saying. And I'm not saying this in a like, oh look, they're being manipulative way, but there's like, this is in a very innocent way. Listen to what they're not saying. Yeah, they're saying a lot of stuff, but you know that they may be hungry or something, and you can hear it in their voice. And you're like, hey, are you a little bit hungry? You know, like, so listen to what they're not saying. It's not like read between the lines, they don't like you or something like that. It's more listen to what they're not saying and try to respond to what they're not saying, and it'll help build the bond kind of thing. So And listen with a curious heart. Listen with love and with grace. I always end these messages to be in grace. And what does that mean, Aries? I feel like find a way to listen in grace, to be in grace this week for sure for you, Aries. What does it mean to be in grace? For me, it's to walk with a loving and forgiven heart, and with a heart that will look at the situation in a way that allows for healing and allows for love. But to be in grace can mean so many other things. Let me look up the dictionary. The dictionary definition of grace is simple elegance or refinement of movement. That refinement, be in refinement, or another one is courteous goodwill. Be courteous and to have goodwill towards another. So find a way and get curious about what being in grace means to you this week, Aries, and find a way for you to be in grace. All right, Aries, that's the message I have for you this week. I hope it helps. As always, take what resonates and be in grace, Aries. All right, Taurus, I see love, 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 love. I want to dance in it, you don't. You're suspicious of it, you're nervous of it, and for good reasons. But what I would say, Taurus, is like the card says, conscious connections. Be very conscious about your connections. And as long as you are there and you are conscious about it and you are in it and you just take it moment by moment. That's what you're good at, Taurus. Taking it moment by moment and be very conscious. And go slow. And honestly, Taurus, anyone that can't go slow with you is not for you, Taurus, at all. If they can't go slow with you, they for sure are not for you. But I feel like this is someone that likes your slow pace too and enjoys the slow pace just as much as you do. So allow that to happen. But I feel like there's a lot about them that's different. A lot. So that's another reason why I would say go slow also. Tauruses, if you have been in a relationship, if you're one that is in a relationship, this is a renewal of the love. Allow the spark to fly. Allow it to renew. This is good for both of you. Both of you need this renewal. Both of you want to go towards this renewal. Like it says, just be conscious of the renewal and be aware and move forward with love and delight and find a way to love and delight in the love that is the delight of your life right now. And for others, this could be the love of a project or the love of a job and really beginning to find your flow and falling into your flow. So allowing that fall into the flow, just, I don't know, there's a need to enjoy life. And I don't know if that's just the Taurus coming through saying, I just want to enjoy life. I want to enjoy life. So, but I just feel, Taurus, there's a lot of love. There's a lot of love. Focus on the love and enjoy the love. All right, beloved Taurus, that's the message I have for you this week. I hope it helps. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, Gemini. Gemini, I see that you are moving forward and you are beginning to see that things are falling into place. They're beginning to fall into place, and I feel like there is a rise imminent for you. but you can see it. So keep moving forward, and like you see it, it's falling into place. I feel like, Gemini, I'm just here to confirm you. I'm like, yes, I see it too. You're not crazy. And things are falling into place, and it's weird, Gemini, because it's falling into place, but those around you don't quite see it, so they're still acting like the old paradigm is there, but you're like, no, I'm moving into this new paradigm. Y'all don't see it. It's falling into place. I'm gonna get on it, and it's gonna rise. You're going to rise with it. So yes, do go ahead and move forward, and ignore, just cut off and ignore completely any of the naysayers, any of the non-understanders, because they're just not seeing it. But you've been moving, and you continue to move forward, and now you are seeing it fall into place, and you're one of the first to see it fall into place. But you are ready to get up there, and you're ready to step into the light, step into the creation, and beginning to live it fully and completely. And it's amazing, Gemini. I want to encourage you, keep moving forward. You are seeing things correctly. Yes, there's going to be some bumps and some things, and I think you see those too. You're like, yeah, I know. See, like, yeah, I know, right? So go ahead, move forward. I want to encourage you. You're doing it beautifully. Believe that you belong, moving with your heart, and align your mind with your heart, and move forward with that mindset, that heartfelt mindset, and you will rise. All right, beloved Gemini, I hope this message helps. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, beloved Cancer. Oh my goodness, Cancer. I feel a lot of struggle with this. I feel like she's bringing herself back to life. She's painting over the old and renewing herself, but the struggle is real. I feel like she thinks that she should have more painted by now, and that's not true. I think that she's amazing to have everything that she has painted already painted. I think that she's doing a very beautiful, lovely job with everything that's surrounding her. And I feel like this may be you, Cancer, it may be you that you feel like you're struggling you're trying to renew yourself, and you really thought that you would have been further along by now, but there's been so many circumstances and things, and honestly, I don't think that, that I would have been farther along by now. You can't calculate all the things that came into play, and then once you do now, looking back, you can calculate them in, and it makes sense that you are as far as you got, and it's pretty amazing that you got as far as you got, so you need to look at that in a different way and see yourself as the amazing person that you are, the amazing phoenix that is beginning to rise out of these ashes. You are in these ashes, and you're creating yourself anew, and it's an amazing process, but you have to believe that you belong coming to life, so that you can focus on the good and continue to paint and renew your life in the way that you believe you belong living it. It's up to you, Cancer. If you can believe that you belong coming to life, then you can focus more fully on painting the rest. And don't worry about how long it takes. Who cares? You're becoming. You're becoming. You're becoming who you believe you belong becoming. It doesn't matter how long it takes. There's no getting there late. There's none of that. You're becoming, Cancer, and you're becoming beautifully. And believe that you belong becoming the life that you believe that you belong living. All right, beloved Cancer, that's the message I have for you. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, Leo. Leo, I feel like you are in a situation that you haven't been in before, or you're being asked to do something that you're not comfortable doing. But I feel, Leo, you need to do it because you will shine like you're meant to, but you don't think that you could, but you will. I feel like, Leo, yeah, this is uncomfortable. So, Leo, if you encounter something this week that you're being asked to do something that you aren't quite comfortable doing it, get curious about it. And if you feel like you can, go ahead and do it. Do something outside of your comfort zone. Be willing to do something outside of your comfort zone, especially if you are presented with an opportunity to do something outside your comfort zone. Then be willing to. And maybe create some time and space to be able to prepare for this time if you can. You know what I mean? Like, be like, yeah, I can do it, but not till Thursday, whatever. I don't know. But not till next week or something like that, so that you have time to prepare. If you can. If you can't, honestly, I still think that you should take the opportunity and move outside your comfort zone and do your best in that situation. And I feel, Leo, it's going to cause you to shine, and it's going to help you love yourself more, and you have more love in your heart to move forward and to being true to yourself. So don't let going outside your comfort zone hold you back this week. Be willing to move outside your comfort zone and create time and space to make yourself more confident in your uncomfort zone. All right, beloved Leo, that is the message I have for you this week. I hope it helps. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, beloved Virgo, if you haven't started writing that book yet, why not? You need to get to writing. You need to get to creating. You need to get to doing. If you haven't made that art piece yet, why not? If you haven't sculpted yet, why not? You need to start doing. You know what's in there, and you need to start letting it out, or it will consume you. And do not wait. Do not wait for everything to be perfect. Just go ahead and be like, you know what? I'm gonna spend 2 hours writing it this week, even though I don't have my office set up yet. I'm just gonna do it in my living room, and just spend 2 hours doing that creative project in your living room, even though you don't have your studio, you don't have your office yet, you don't have your setups yet, and just do it. Just find 2 hours this week, and you don't even have to make them the same 2 hours, Virgo. If you want to be like, fine, I'll do 30 minutes Monday afternoon, 30 minutes Tuesday, and if you only sit there in your living room without your office, and all you do is sit there holding the keyboard, thinking about your book, even if you're thinking about, oh my gosh, I'm not writing, I'm not typing, it's okay. Sit there and think about your book. If you just sit there with your paints and your easel, thinking about the painting and not able to put anything with just splotches coming out, let that be what it is. Don't put any rules or regulations on this time. Take 2 hours this week to be your creative self and let that creativity out. I don't care what it is. Do it, Virgo. You need it. It's for you. And it's going to consume, because it wants to be created through you. It wants to be created through you. You can feel it. You can feel it in your bones. You can feel it in your veins. It's wanting to be created through you. Don't hold it off because it's not the perfect environment just yet. Start now. All right, Virgo. Believe that you belong creating this. Believe that you belong creating it. And begin. All right, that's the message I have for you this week, Virgo. As always, take the parts that resonate, leave the rest, and be in grace. Okay, Libra, you got 12. Every journey starts with a single step. Be willing to move forward and to create your own adventure of life, your way. You're on a journey, Libra, a journey that we call life. And yes, it is an intentional journey, but there's also a physical expression of this journey that's going to become increasingly important to the fulfillment of your destiny in this lifetime. Your journey is started on the inside, but its destination will be the physical expression of an internal healing. This journey will draw upon what you have learned and mastered over the course of your whole life. So much so that you may feel as though your life experiences have prepared you just for this particular adventure. You have all that you need within you, Libra. This is not a time to worry about what you're going to take with you. From within your own heart, you will sense what needs to come along for the ride and what is best left behind you. You may be surprised at exactly how much can be left behind without you feeling concerned or anxious. You will be able to travel far lighter than you've ever imagined possible. To be best equipped for this journey, you will need lightness of heart and the realization that change can be an incredible blessing. Even if what you're leaving behind is something you found secure, safe, and familiar. Just as the butterfly leaves the chrysalis behind when it's time to spread its newly formed wings, so too are you ready to leave behind what once was and to embrace what is more appropriate for you, Libra, at this time. All right, beloved Libra, follow what your heart feels is true. That's the message I have for you this week. I hope that it helps. As always, take the parts that resonate, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio, you got 4 against the grain. So Scorpio, the first thing I hear is you belong being you. You belong being your unique self, and you belong doing it your way, which I feel like is unconventional. You feel like you belong moving in an unconventional way this week. There may be something this week where most people wouldn't do it that way or go in that direction, but you have permission to, and you should, to get the soul experience that you're yearning for and wanting for. And Scorpio, I feel like, I don't know, it feels very light and very bright and very beautiful. And I don't know, your heart will feel it. You'll feel the pull in your heart. So go the direction that your heart feels and move in that way, no matter what other people say. And I don't know, I feel like for a lot of Scorpios, you're going to get the recognition that you deserve. Like, people are going to see you going against the grain, and they're going to celebrate you going against the grain. And I don't know, I feel like you'll be celebrated this week, and that you're moving into, as you go against the grain, it's not like hard to go against. This isn't like going against the wind or going against the current. I feel like in this way, you can still go with the wind and with the current, but it's in your own way that's against the grain. And the more you go against the grain, the more the current uplifts you. You're finding a way to go against the current to make it bring you up and to make it easier for you. So, I don't know, be willing to explore different options this week and follow the one that feels the lightest and feels the best and makes your heart light up, because at the end is a fully lit heart that can decide more clearly about how to move forward. All right, beloved Scorpio, I want to encourage you this week, and I want to encourage you and tell you that you got this, and be willing to do it your way so that we can see how wonderful it could be. So please your heart so that we can see how awesome it could be, if that makes sense. All right, Scorpio, that's the message I have for you this week. I hope it helps. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and be in grace. All right, everyone, that was our Sacred Rebels Oracle cards for the Zodiac this week. I thank you all so much for joining me. Y'all know y'all are my favorite people out there, the cream of the human crop, as I like to call you. I love you guys so, so much. You guys are so beautiful and divine. And as always, I pray that Mother, Father, God, and Goddess pour divine love, blessings, joy, and abundance upon you and your friends and families' homes this week. Thank you so much, Mother, Father, God, and Goddess, for the most divine love and blessings and abundance poured upon all those that made it to the end of this video's friends and family in their own homes this week. Thank you so much, and so it is. Shalom. Thank you all for being here and joining me. Don't forget to check out celestialgrove.academy for all your mystical celestial grove needs. And as always, walk in love.